So you own a pistol brace or 5, and you don't want to SBR it because maybe you live in a state where that's illegal and impossible, or maybe you're in a border county of a state where it is possible, but you know what, you really don't want to commit felonies every single time you go to pick up groceries, or just for whatever reason, you don't want to do it. Maybe you also don't want to destroy the property that the ATF approved you for possession of back in 2012 and 2014, and you definitely don't want to turn it in. Moreover, you, like myself and hopefully many others, think that this new ruling that they've come out with in 2023, it's going to get overturned by one of the many lawsuits that we have coming up here. So in the meantime, what are you supposed to do? You've decided that you want to detach it because you don't want to be the low-hanging fruit felony, but you still don't want to throw it out. That's what we're going to be talking about here. And specifically, we're going to be talking about a case called U.S. v. Thompson Center. If you did not see my video involving constructive possession and constructive intent, which we'll be linking in the description box below, this is going to be the short version of that specifically for you pistol brace folks out there. So, here we go. The gist of this case deals with exactly what you're wondering, which is, if I'm going to detach these items, how do I possess it all and do it in such a way that I'm not committing a felony? In the U.S. v. Thompson Center case, which is about 30 years old, basically the ATF has come out in their position on that and said, look, at the end of the day, as long as we don't have a pile of parts that can serve no useful purpose other than to make an NFA firearm together, and they're not in close proximity to each other, then we should be okay. And that's from their own ATF ruling on this. And I know that they never changed their rulings, but just the same, that's what we have. And that's largely synonymous with the U.S. v. Thompson Center. What does this mean in plain English? It means that if you're going to have your pistol brace stocks, you're going to be taking it off your pistol, don't leave it next to your pistol. Even if you do reattach whatever device you need to attach to your pistol to reform it and put it back to new and ready to go, new out of the box. You need to make sure that you separate it, okay? So make sure that your pistol brace stock that you take off is just in a completely different room of your house, completely different safe, isn't anywhere near the pistol that it is or that it could be attached to, because that's how the ATF is going to be looking at whether or not you had constructive possession of a short-barreled rifle. And again, I'm not saying that's fair to you given everything that's going on. We're not about making rants here. I'm just trying to let you know how you stay on the right side of the law. So we're talking about close proximity. So for instance, if you have your pistol in one corner of your gun safe, could you put the pistol brace in the other corner of the gun safe? I would say no. Based on the ATF's regulations, as well as the U.S. Supreme Court case, U.S. v. Thompson Center, and again, please check out the longer form version of this in the description box below to see my video, I think you're asking for felony charges should somehow the ATF come knocking at your door. You really want to make sure these are not in close proximity, and or, that's the best thing you can do, but short of that, you need to make sure that it can be combined into something that's not a felony. And that's part of U.S. v. Thompson Center. In that case, you had some parts that could be combined into an SBR, but they could also be combined into a lawful pistol. And the long story short, for various reasons, is that the U.S. Supreme Court said, look, if it could be combined into something that's lawful and not, basically we have to take the not route. Which I understand you're probably saying to yourself, but Tom, you just told us that even if you had a reconfigured pistol, don't put the pistol brace next to it. My answer is yes. Why would you want that kind of drama in your life of the ATF coming in and saying, you know what, I know there's this Supreme Court case out there that might jam us up if somehow your attorney were to know about it. But as cops would sometimes used to tell me in courthouses when I was in court a lot more as a criminal defense attorney is, you know what, Tom, your client may beat the rap, but he can't beat the ride. Don't be that guy, all right? By all means, reassemble your pistol into a lawful configuration. So if you had to detach a particular piece to make room for the pistol brace to attach, reattach that initial lawful piece, all right? Because again, we're all about building as many buffers between you and that felony conviction and felony charges as possible. But don't make this easy. And again, I'm not suggesting it's fair. Keep it far away, different room, not in close proximity. For more information on this, check us out in the description box below. Also, please support our channel. Click like, share this video around, click subscribe as well if you found this useful. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment field below. Do you think this law is going to get overturned? And again, I'm using law facetiously, folks. Don't freak out on me. It's, of course, a ruling. Do you think it's going to wind up getting overturned? Let me know in the comment field below. We'll see you in the next one. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you might like some of the other content that we've been up to recently. Please feel free to check out these other videos. We'll see you in the next one.